Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Kjwippy, and welcome back to another episode of Five Nights at Freddy's Management Wanted in Survival Minecraft. Now, in the last episode, we did a bunch of the parking lot, and it looks really good from all the way up there. From down here, it's still a little funky, but it's a work in progress. But in the last episode, we were also in version 1.3.2 of the mod, and we are now in version 1.3.3, which means that they've changed a few things. And if I actually remember reading the changelog correctly, there should be something about this wood. I think I can actually craft a new type of wood. Whoop. Yeah, I can get black planks. So that's really cool, and I think I'm probably going to try to squeeze this in somewhere in the underside of the pizzeria, the down below area. So that'll be really cool. But I do wonder, can you strip it? Yes, you can. Oh, that looks so good. Now, you may notice there have been a few changes in the place, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what I've done. So as you can see already, there is definitely some progress that has been made inside the area in here. And I've just been working a bit to figure out the vibe of what I want the majority of the place to feel like. And I really like what I did with this stage. I feel like this fits perfectly with the ring that goes around here. And I changed out the stairs from being the warped planks to the copper as well, just for a bit of continuity with that. And I'm not sure how I feel about the tables in terms of like the textures. I think I'm just going to keep it all the confetti pattern, because these ones I don't like really that much. And I also wanted to have some booths going around the sides here, as well as some speakers that are hooked up to have the sound produced from the stage. And so I think with the actual animatronics for the stage, I want to have it incorporate the top as well. So we'll have the main cast, Freddy, whatever, you know, whoever's on here, standing down here, and then up above there will be spots for other animatronics to like move forward and join in with the performance. So it'll be like a double-decker performance, if that makes any sense. I'm saying a lot of words, I'm sorry. But then similarly, I've also started to fill out some of these party rooms with just some of the tables and stuff, and I think for these, having them be themed by the different tables does work, because I was thinking maybe I'll have, you know, this will be the Freddy room, this will be the Chica room, this will be the Bonnie room, this will be the Foxy, you know, having different themed rooms so that way whatever child has the party going on, they can pick what themed character to have their party room off of. Also, I didn't realize that this cape makes it Jack Black. I am Steve. Chicken Jackie. Flint and steel. The nether. Alright, I'm sorry. I've also gone and put in a little bit of stuff in the office, and this is not what it's going to completely look like. I've just been kind of trying to get a feel for where everything's going to be, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about any of this. I think having the monitor in here somewhere for me to work on stuff while I'm in the office would be great, but beyond that, I have no idea. Just realized that it's kind of dark out here. Maybe I'll put some lights underneath the tables. Yeah, I could have like a light underneath each table so that way it still illuminates the air. That's perfect. Now you may notice that down here, I've started clearing out space because, as I mentioned in one of the previous episodes, I don't remember if it was last episode or the one before, but one of the comments of, or one of the employees of the episode suggested that I put my original pizzeria from my very first FNAF build on this channel and putting it down here somewhere. Now, I'm not sure if this space is going to completely fit that, but I do have to keep in mind that on top of that, I also have to have the employee of the episode area and the incinerator and all of like the extra rooms and stuff for all the employees to be working in, which is going to be a lot. So I may have to dig this down even further, and I don't really know how much further below the beacon I can mine and keep haste, so I'll probably have to move this as well, but that shouldn't be too bad. But that basement area is going to have to wait for another episode because we're not working on any of that today. Right now we are I haven't slept in a while. Today we are going to be fully devoting our focus to decorating and laying out as much as possible of this pizzeria. So a lot of the things I'll have to keep in mind are who all is the main cast of this pizzeria. It'll probably still be the main four since they'll have their own party rooms decorated after them, but not entirely sure just yet, because we also have the quote-unquote Rockstar row, Is it going to be the same animatronics from out there? This is where they come to hang out after. Who knows? I don't know. Why? Why are you up here? Stop that. I also still have no idea what I'm going to actually do for the roof. It may stay like this. I don't know. But yes, I want to get a good idea for what this building is going to look like. So I think what I'm going to do is get myself a bunch of signs and just lay out kind of like where and what all I want in each room. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm curious, can I do it with... No. Sir, stop that. Okay, so maybe I crafted just a few too many signs. So we got a reception desk here, drawing wall. I could actually just do a similar thing like this, a smaller one here for a Pirate's Cove for Foxy, maybe. Yeah, you know what? I think that'll probably be... I forgot how long tables take to break. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. And then we could probably have a light here, so that way it matches up with that a little bit, I think. Yeah, and then we could get a couple more of the stage lights too. That's perfect. So we can have the main four. Freddy, Chica, Bonnie. Or I guess this is the main three, and then Foxy is off to the side. Here, Foxy. And up top we can have visits from characters that are not like variants, because I don't really have variants of characters as part of the main cast. I feel like having Freddy and then like Toy Freddy wouldn't fit exactly. Part of me wants to say Orville and Mr. Hippo, but I don't think that's exactly what I want to do just yet. All of the toys locations marked out there. Up here, mark out Pizza, Freddy, Frost Bear. Of course, it's too long. Ice cream, L chips, candies, burgers, daycare. Now, I did see somebody suggest the name Carney's Cantina for the adult bar, and I think that's perfect. Honestly, I love that. Freddy's Museum, Music Man's Dance Pad, Mr. Hippo's Story Time, Arts and Crafts. Okay, I think that's everything upstairs that I'm able to do anything with. Then we'll have Rockstar Row, Security, then we got Backstage, and then Party Rooms. We have Freddy Room, Chica Room, Foxy Room. No, this is the Foxy Room, and the other one is the Bonnie Room. Whoopsies. Okay, and then this is also Pizza. Okay, so I did my math a little funky, but I've managed to write down everyone so far that I know that we're gonna have. And this is just people that I currently have. So that's different. But this is everyone so far that I have space allotted for. So we've got Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy is the main four. We have all four of the toys as part of the bowling. Puppet and Balloon Boy for the prize counter. Sparky for the actual arcade itself. Carney for the little cantina up there. Whoever we have for the daycare, I don't think the daycare attendant is in the mod yet. I think the only person from Security Breach is Glamrock Freddy. We have Music Man and Ballora for the dance floor. Mr. Hippo for his storytime area. Lolbit for the reception desk. Freddy Frostbear twice, once for the freezer downstairs for the pizza, and then upstairs for the ice cream area. And then we have Candy for the burgers, and then El Chip for the Mexican food. That's everyone that I have listed right now that I know where they're supposed to be. Everyone else that I haven't listed yet that I already have, or everyone else that I haven't listed yet that I haven't thought of, will most likely go down below in the basement area. So now that I know who all is going to be in what areas, I think what I'm going to do is first off place all of the animatronics where I think they should be. But before we do that, it's time to get into the employee of the episode. It's that time again, folks. This is from the Virus Official for suggesting a creative mode sacrifice pit. So if you remember last episode, I ended up buying a Freddy spawn egg and then using commands to trade it out for a statue Freddy spawn egg. And all I did was really just throw it off to the side and keep the new one. You know, it's not a great way to do that. And I love this to where I could just make a sacrifice pit and chuck whatever things I'm sacrificing to, quote, get the thing. That's a really funny idea. I didn't notice that until a little while before recording this video, but I love that. It's so funny. So thank you, The Virus Official. I really appreciate that suggestion, and I can't wait to get that implemented. Now, in this episode, I do want to also try to get this situated so I can at least finish some of the parking lot on this side, but I may not do that yet because I don't have anywhere to put them. But without further ado, let us continue to decorate the area. And I think first thing we should do is get rid of these stupid tables. So for the most part, we now have a good chunk of our decorations all put in and ready for us to carry on to the next part. I still have Rockstar Road to do all of, and that's just because I don't know what I want to do. I know that in creative mode, there's available the giant posters that are similar to the toy ones over there. Maybe I'll have those out here to kind of advertise each character's room. I'm not entirely sure yet, but we do have all the decorations out here all set up, and I love how these curtains look and this whole kind of framing of it. It just looks so good. We've got Toy Foxy, aka the Mangle, up here, and it's the fixed version because I kind of wanted it to, like, in the lore or whatever, Foxy's got like a love interest or something as like a side character, because that could be something that like pops up as a side character in occasional shows and not just like all the time around. And then similar with Spring Bonnie up there, because he's, you know, perceived as the villain most of the time. I don't like how he looked at me when I said his name, but he can maybe show up as kind of like the antagonist of like the shows or whatever sometimes too. Maybe he'll have his villain song or something that pops up. I don't know. I haven't really put a whole lot of thought into that, but that's kind of where I'm at with that. But yeah, we've got a lot of the hanging stars and streamers and all kinds of stuff going around. The wall pizzas, which actually add a lot of effect with them being randomized with their placement using the fast wrench. I think that was a really good call on my part there. So we move our way down the party room hallway. We've got the different rooms that have, you know, themed arcade machines and themed tablecloths and stuff to kind of help emphasize that specific character. This one for Freddy, this one over here for Foxy, and then this one over here for Bonnie. So they've all got their own special themes, and it's all pretty nice. We then have the arcade, which is Sparky's kind of domain, as well as the puppet. And I didn't put Balloon Boy in here like I said I was going to, and that is because he's actually up in the bowling alley with the other toys, since Mangle's counterpart is out here. I didn't want to have two different Mangles, so he's up there with that. But we've got a nice little prize counter, and there's not nearly as many prize counter things in this mod as there have been in other mods that I've used, which if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I go all out with those kinds of things. So this was very limited, at least for what I have available in survival. I'm pretty sure there's more things in creative, and I just haven't looked. But I like what I've done with it. I think it works. So yeah, I haven't done any of the kitchens yet because I want to use more of the Farmer's Delight stuff to be able to play into that. But at the very least, I do have the security office pretty much done. I want to get a bunch of the hanging wires and stuff going in here as well, but there's some broken arcade machines, some lockers, the terminal and stuff to work on things, and then of course the security chair to watch out and make sure we don't die. And that's actually it for the downstairs that I have decorated. So there is still stuff for me left to decorate down there, but I'll do that later. Upstairs here we have the kind of main like casual dining area, just with a lot of booths. There's the different food court areas. So we got Mr. Ice Cream Man, we've got the pizza area, we've got the burgers, and then we've got the Mexican food over here. And I used some of the prize counter things for the actual countertops for this. Not sure how I feel about it. I think it kind of works, but I don't know. I used desks for the other ones, and I don't feel like removing them because they take 20 years for me to get rid of. We've got the entrance to the movie theater, and I want to put some bushes in here, but I ran out of bricks to do that with to make the pots. And then of course we have the bowling alley as well with some paintings and the toys that are kind of entertaining as you bowl. Pretty cool stuff. And before I forget, I've also made Carney's Cantina, where he is the bartender kind of standing here. I'm going to put some shelves in the back here as well with bottles and stuff, so that way it's, you know, a little bit more of a bar. But I really like how this is. It's just pretty simple with some simple booth seating, hanging lanterns over the tables, and then the little table out here with the chairs surrounding it. I think it works pretty well, and I used the Fazbear Fright poster and then used the Faz wrench to get me a bunch of these different versions, which is pretty nice. So I'm very happy with how that's turned out too. Now, of course, there are still quite a few things left for me to decorate. I have not decorated the inside of the movie theater. I haven't decorated the daycare. I haven't done Rockstar Row. I haven't done the museum, Mr. Hippo's Showtime, Arts and Crafts, Music Place. I haven't done any of that. So I still have quite a bit left for me to decorate, but that is simply just all the time that I have for in this episode. And I know that it's been a long wait, and I appreciate you guys being patient, but also, like, I've been uploading other stuff, and all you guys ever want to see is this. So if you don't mind checking out some of my other stuff, keep yourselves occupied until these episodes do come out, please do that, because begging me for it in the comments won't change the fact that they're coming when they come. So just stop it. But I do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like. And if you really enjoyed and you haven't done it already, please consider subscribing, because it's free, it helps out the channel, and it just makes me feel good because my ego goes up, and we all know how that goes. So until the next video, I hope you all stay safe. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!